Welcome back to STL Sports Productions. I'm Joel Anderson, and I'm here with Craig Ragland. And Craig is one of the board members for Mid-States. Craig, you're right on top of all the different changes to the playoff format this year. If you could just share kind of what's going on, and I know you and I talked about this before, but if you could just share kind of the changes in the playoff format, and that would be great.
Sure. We've actually made several changes in the format. With the Challenge Cup, we've changed it from 16 teams to 12 teams, and the first round of the playoffs is going to be round robin. It's not going to be the typical the 16 team you had 1 versus 2, but this will be a round robin. The pairings will be set up based on the seeds. You're going to play 3 games. It'll be 2 6-team pods, and 4 teams advance out of that into the quarterfinals. You'll get your seeding for those quarterfinals based on your end of the season seeding, and it'll go back to the old format everyone's familiar with. You'll have the quarterfinals. You'll play 2 games, a mini game if necessary in the 3rd game. The semifinals back out at Hardy's Ice in Chesterfield. That'll be February 21st and 23rd for the Challenge Cup. And we're doing the same thing with the Wickenheiser Cup. Except we're going with 16 teams. It'll be, if you receive the teams 1 through 40, it would be seeds 13 through 28. That also will be round robin format. There'll be 4 teams, or 4 pods of 4, and you'll play the other 3 teams in your pod, and the top 2 teams from each of those 4 groupings or pods will advance to the quarterfinals. Once again, going back to the same seeding as the end of the season to seed those 8 teams. They'll be played the quarterfinals, semifinals, also out at Hardy's Ice. They'll be Friday, February 22nd, and Saturday afternoon, February 23rd. We've got the Scott Trade Center booked for Monday, March 4th for those championships. The Founders Cup, staying with the straight tournament. It's not going to round robin. The final 12 teams will be in the Founders Cup. There'll be 8 teams will have a play-in game, and the top 4 seeds in the Founders will have basically a first-round bye. I believe what we finalized was the 8 teams would all play a 1-game play-in, so you'll get the other 4 teams. So you'll start with the quarterfinals there, and those will all be best of 3, where you'll play 2 games, mini game if necessary. Monday, February 28th, I believe it is, that Founders Cup Championship will be at the Queenie Ice Rink.
You got these dates now, don't you?
You know what? You wouldn't believe how many questions I've been asked on that. So very excited about that. We're really trying to bring some excitement back to playoff hockey. Everyone's going to be in the Challenge Cup and the Wickenheiser going to be guaranteed 3 games. Not going to be if you're a 16 seed, just know going in you're going to get pummeled 2 games, or historically you're going to lose the 2 games right off the bat. So
more drama too.
I think so. Every game's important. And we're expecting. We've got a lot of positive feedback on that. We're expecting some good crowds for the playoff games. It's actually going to add more playoff games for Mid-States. We're a revenue-based organization, and we get the revenue at the gate. And playoffs are the best attended games. This game tonight probably had 800 people at it, and we'll have a lot of games like that. We'll get into over 1,000 people for the semifinals out at Chesterfield. So looking forward to great things here next few weeks.
I think all the changes to the format make a lot of sense, and I think you're right. You're going to create a lot more drama. Every game is going to be important, and let's face it. Those 14 through or those 13 through 16 seeds, like you said in the past, they kind of show up. They go, "Oh no, we're going to get pummeled and go back home." And this way, they drop down and they're on the top of the Challenge Cup, and they got some more hockey to play.
Oh, that's right. One of the interesting things, if you kind of go back through the history, it's been a while since the 1 seed has not made it to the championship in the Challenge Cup. But you know what? You look at the history in the Wickenheiser, the 1 seed rarely makes it to the championship. But when you get those teams, I would say this year, if you take the top 8 teams in the Challenge Cup, any given night, a team can beat the other, and that's always the case with the 16 teams in the Wickenheiser. One good game, a goalie gets hot, or you get a scorer hot. Just go back to the Founders Cup last year. Watch that game out at Queenie, young man for Ladue. His name escapes me right now. He scored 4 or 5 goals in that championship game, and I think I might have doubled his total for the season. So great things happen in playoff hockey. Yeah, exactly.
That's super. Well, Craig, I certainly appreciate your time, and I know you can't give away any trade secrets, but did we probably just see the number 1 and 2 seed play tonight?
Very well be. If not 1 and 2, at least 2 of the top 3.
I would imagine that's yeah. I mean, obviously, both teams are solid, and would that be nice if they ended up playing each other in March at the Scott Trade Center?
Yeah, it would be. I would take that right now. I would take that right now. Yes.
Again, Joel Anderson, Craig Ragland from Mid-States Hockey. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for all your broadcasts this year, Joel.
You're very welcome.